before we go underneath the bridge here,
What's going on, everybody? This is Jeff with Island Hopper TV, and today we are going to take a walk around the riverfront in San Antonio, Texas. So, if you're excited about this video and you want to see the riverfront, that's what this is going to be about. Crush up the likes if you're happy about this. It is currently the middle of October, and there's a cold front hitting San Antonio right now. It's kind of no bueno. But anyways, just to give you a little bit of perspective, if I go this way, it's a more peaceful walk, okay? This is basically Market Square area where I'm beginning this walk. That's St. Mary's Street, that's Dolorosa Street, and that is Velita Street. Okay, you can see right here, I go to this way, it's La Velita, that's Small Village. So we're gonna go ahead and go this way, but if I went that way, it would be a relaxing, slow stroll, just more commercial area, no real cafes or anything. But this is the way to where the cafes are. It's called La Velita. Once you get there, that's when it all begins. It's gonna take me about 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes to get there, depending on how many stops I make also. But if I was to walk straight there, it would take about 2 to 3 minutes. So you can either fast forward to that moment when I get to the cafes where the action is, or you can stick around and just watch this walk as I kind of talk to you guys about San Antonio. So today I was down at the Alamo, and people come here, they want to see the Alamo, right? I'll tell you a little bit about the history behind that. So the Alamo was a battle that was fought. It was originally established as an outpost, and prior to that, this area was established by the Spanish as a missionary place. So the city of San Antonio's founding dates all the way back to the 1600s, and missionaries and whatnot settled this area for Spain. So this was New Spain, then it became part of Mexico, and that is where the Battle of Alamo comes into the equation. So the colonial people were settling this area of Texas, which was called Tejas, T-E-J-A-S, not Texas, but Tejas, and that's what this area was called. And it was called San Antonio, after Saint Antonio the missionary. And Santa Anna was the general from Mexico who stormed the Alamo, which was where Davy Crockett, if you've ever heard of Davy Crockett, David Crockett, he was here. He was from Tennessee. He was fighting for the colonialist. At the time, Texas was a province, or even its own country. For 10 years there, Texas didn't know what it was, if it was a country, a state, a province. It was kind of confused what it was going to be. But anyways, they were settling it, and Santa Anna and his troops outnumbered the people that were living at the Alamo at the time, which were a few families, wealthy families, and they had slaves. So they would live there with their slaves, and who were there basically indentured servants, right? And so when the Mexico, Santa Anna, who was basically working for New Spain, came through to reconquer this area, he, basically set the place on fire, burned it down. Some people survived, not everyone was killed. Well, fast forward about a year or two later, they send General Sam Houston. He comes down, and he's tasked with taking back this land from Mexico. And he caught Santa Anna, General Santa Anna, off guard and took him prisoner. So Mexico is successful at the Battle of Alamo, but eventually Sam Houston took out Santa Anna and his 4,500 troops thereabout, and forced him to sign an armistice. And through that armistice, a treaty was signed basically, or an armistice, that said that he agrees to tell his troops to back off, and this was now Texas. And there you have it. That is what the history of Texas, or San Antonio and the Alamo, where it fits into the equation, and how this eventually went from the Republic of Texas 10 years later after the Battle of Alamo to become a part of the United States. But it was originally the Republic of Texas. So that's where Davy Crockett fits into the equation, Sam Houston. And there's also another guy, I believe his name is Stephen F. Austin. He fits into the equation, and you'll know him as the founding father of Austin, Texas. So we'll talk about that history as time goes by. But this area here, this river walk, for the most part, most of it looks like this, where it's like hotels or just a walking area, calm, and then you come up. Once you get to this area right here, this is Velita. So this is that 3 to 4 minute, I guess it took 4 minutes to get here, 3 or 4 minutes, La Velita, little village of San Antonio. So this area is where it all begins. And this here is a theater right along the waterfront. So it's a nice little area to entertain people. If you go up there, there's shopping, dining, and then if you keep going along the riverfront, you start coming to a series of different bars, which makes the riverfront really special. And then you could take a boat up and down here. These little boats right here. It says Go Rio, right? So you cannot swim in it, and if you can, I haven't seen anyone swimming in it. Let's see here. So I want to show you guys this boat, what it looks like if you wanted to sit on it. Little Wren Steakhouse. And it is cold today, so if I go up there, it's Alamo Street. But right here is where all the cafes and the restaurants begin. Basically right here at that Ryan Steakhouse in La Velita. So there's the sports bar. Probably watch a San Antonio Spurs game there. Or just go to the Alamo Dome and watch it there. And right here is a boat. If you wanted to buy a ticket, you would buy it right there across the street from basically Market Street. So you come to Market Street and the Riverwalk, and right below there is the tickets. And they got Dirty Kelly's, I'm sorry, Dirty Melly's, Dirty Nelly's Irish pub right across the street.
And I know what you meant. You're so...
By the way, you can walk on both sides. There is paths on both sides of the Riverwalk. This is just me walking this side of the Riverwalk at night. We got wine glasses and stuff going there. Dinner. And the Riverwalk goes that way. This is going to give us a good view from up top next to Alamo Street. There's Alamo Street right there. You see how far the river goes that way? Got a Mexican restaurant there. Let's go up here. Actually, we don't need to go up. We can just walk under. This is Commerce Street. So yeah, Market Street, Commerce Street. If you guys are new to this channel, you can subscribe and keep up with us as we continue to move along. Assuming things go as planned, because when you're traveling like this on a whim, you know, as you guys have seen, some places I went to, some places I didn't. Like I didn't end up in Bar Harbor, and I didn't end up in Alabama or Mississippi like I thought. But I've made it to a lot of the places that I intended, at least 90% of them. And but things go as planned. I plan to make it up to Austin, Dallas, Denver, Santa Fe, Albuquerque, and we'll see. That's so far I've been able to plan 4 to 5 cities ahead of schedule, but with winter coming, it might totally slow things down. But if you're new to this channel, you can also search the channel. We've got tons of videos from across Asia, South America, USA. Let me show you guys what it looks like up here.
The kid's like 11. That's what you get when you bring your kids to dance.
Pretty busy down here now.
There's a movie theater that I used to go to here in town.
Oh, I gotta show you.
At the beginning, it's like, if you bring your kids to a rated R movie, we're charging an adult practice. You shouldn't bring kids.
There's a Hyatt Regency that's pretty cool. That's where I would recommend you stay if you got the money and they got the availability. It is a Friday night. People aren't being deterred by the cold weather. There's a CVS, which kept its building ancient looking. Rainforest Cafe. On the Bend Oyster Bar and Lounge. Spot to be. So here's the Hyatt Regency. Shops of Paseo de Alamo. Mad Dogs. Houston Street. Oh man, I should have crossed the river. But this is good. Let us know in the comments also where you're tuning in from. I'd like to hear from you guys in the comments. Here we've got Bubba Gump over here with some seafood. It's a great waterfront in there. Should have gotten there for some good seafood. I know I'm moving fast, walking fast, but covering a lot of ground as quick as I can for you. Show you how big this waterfront really is. It's pretty nice. Those are fake canaries. So this is the San Antonio River Walk. There's a lot of hotels along here. Anyways, guys, my review of the Riverwalk is, if you haven't seen it, you've got to come check it out. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Island Hopper TV and watch some more of these other videos, and we'll see you next time.